Hi, this is Derek with Automatic Door and Hardware. Today I'm going to show you how to program one of our HD500 receivers. So right here, I'm doing a push plate kit here. So here is our HD500 series push plate. Box. All right, so for now we're going to set those aside. We are going to be unboxing and installing the HD500 series wireless transmitter and receivers. So here is the transmitter, and you can see there's a few wires coming out of it. You have your power wires with for the 9-volt battery, and you have two blacks coming off. These are the wires that we're going to use to hook up to the push plate. The blue wire is just simply an antenna. You just leave it there, don't mess with it. So we have two of these. We have two batteries. We got some wire here that is made for the receiver here. And here's what the receiver looks like. Now this cover snaps off. It's meant to pop off like that so that you can get to the wiring. So you can get to the terminal blocks in there. So I'm going to be wiring this up with a power supply because it doesn't currently have a home yet to go to and an opener. So I'm simply going to show you how to program the transmitters to the receiver. So this right here is what I'm going to use to give power to the receiver. Now the receiver just runs off 1224 AC/DC. All I'm going to be using here are the red and black, and this is going to give me 4 DC. So power wires on this unit. So anytime I wire these, I always this is just another antenna, so we're not going to mess with that. Anytime I wire these, I always orient this receiver with the terminal blocks facing me, and right here you can see is the learn button, and this is going to come into play later. So power on this unit is going to be here. So we're going to start here, and this is going to be a positive, this is going to be a negative, this is going to be a common, and this is going to be your normally open. So first thing we do, and I'm wiring this for one of our EZ7000 openers. So our EZ7000 uses a 3-wire hookup. So I'm going to use a jumper between common and the negative side. So we're going to start with that. I like to always use black for a jumper, especially if we're going to be on the negative side of things, just so we can make it easy for us in the future. Okay, I'm going to strip a little piece off on either side. It's kind of hard to see, but there it is. I'm going to get a little piece on either side. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of make it a U so that it can fall into those terminals very easily. So again, with this oriented towards me, the terminal blocks, we're going to use this on the middle 2 terminals. Okay, and before tightening that down, we still do need a negative going there from the power supply. So here's my negative coming off the power supply. Well, while I have you here too, quick thing to look at is a lot of times with these terminal blocks, if you don't have the wire stripped back far enough, what can happen is you can actually clamp down on the shielding on the wire, which would not make a contact, which could cause issues for you when you go to try to troubleshoot. So, always verify and make sure that you are going to be indeed clamping down on wire. So again, because this is jumped, I can put this black here, I can put this black over here, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to put it in there with it, tighten it down, and you can give it a little tug, make sure that it's good. I'm gonna push this side in a little bit better. Tighten this one down. Okay, just get them nice and snug. All right, next we are going to plug in the power supply. So normally here, well, I guess I gotta wire it in this, let me wire in this red first for the power. And again, this far terminal over here is going to be for your power. Your positive leg. Okay. Oh. Okay, so normally here you would want to wire in your activation right into this one, this terminal. Again, I'm just doing this to program the transmitters to the receiver, so we're gonna skip that step. All you need to program the transmitters to the receiver is just a power source. So now we got that. I'm gonna go ahead and plug in here. So we got power on the unit. See, so I was making sure there's power on the unit. So there is no indicator light that's showing that there's power on this unit. So only thing you can really do is hold down this button right here, which is your program button, just to verify that it does beep. It should beep after about 3 seconds of holding that button. So I was just verifying that. So next step we're gonna wanna do is add the batteries to the transmitter. Pretty straightforward process. We're just plugging in 9 volts. So this one's ready to go, and this one's ready to go. So at this point, you can actually go ahead and use the flag connectors to wire nut and get the push plates all set up so that you can program using the push plate. However, I'm on tech support a lot, and a lot of guys will be up there on their ladders in the header with the receiver installed, so it becomes a pain to try to climb down your ladder in the 5 seconds you have to allow the receiver to program, and then hop off your ladder, hit the plate, and hope that it does take it. So I like to have these in hand, and I always tell the guys, just hold this in your hand. And what we're gonna do to simulate the button push is we're gonna take the 2 black wires and we're just gonna keep touching them together, just momentarily like that. And we'll just keep touching them. And after we press the button. So what it's gonna look like is I'm gonna hold this button for 3 seconds. We're gonna hear a beep. The beep will indicate that it's in learn mode. Once it's in learn mode, you have about 5 seconds to continue to short the black wires together on your transmitter. And what will happen is you should hear a beep that signifies that the transmitter has been programmed to the receiver. Now it's a little tricky on this receiver because after about 5 seconds, the receiver learn mode will time out. When the receiver learn mode times out, it also makes a beep sound. So there are occasions where I've had people program the transmitter to the receiver and they thought it was programmed, but it simply just ran out of time and didn't actually program to the unit. So here we go, let's go. So I'm gonna hold this down, we're gonna listen for a beep. There's our beep, now we're gonna short the wires. So I'm not sure if that timed out, but we can listen to the relay to see if it closes. And I think that one timed out. Let's try again. There we go. So you can hear that beeped right away. So the first beep when I tried to program was the timeout beep. When you actually got it to learn, you'll hear the relay actually click, and that will signify that it's programmed. It also does make that audible beep sound as well. So the learn mode is so short on this, I always recommend just doing one at a time. It makes it a lot easier. So this transmitter is now programmed. We are ready to hook up to the push plate. Now we are onto this transmitter, so we're just gonna repeat the process. So we're gonna hold it until we hear a beep. There we go. Now we're gonna start shorting these. Okay, and that's programmed. I heard the relay click, and their learn mode is off. So again, you can see the first time I tried to have it learn, I was tapping these together, but actually it was a lot faster and easier for me to just hold these two together to give it that learn signal. So those are now programmed, so now we can move on to the push plates.